The drivers headed to Austria for the latest round of the Apex Online Racing PC Split 1 Championship, and we're coming up to the halfway stage of this season 13, and it's an absolute banger so far, and we're going to jump straight into one of the shortest laps on the calendar this season, and this week will be driven by PC Split 2 driver Lambrex, who you may recognise on the channel for his music in the background. So he's going to start his lap then here in Austria in the Mercedes this time round. He's coming up towards Castrol Corner, turn 1. One of the shortest runs to turn 1, breaking the 100 metre board, dropping it down a couple of gears, and he's going to short shift it up to 4th there, and back on the powers. He's going to go up the hill then towards turn 2 realistically, but this counts as turn 2 right here. But they'll be braking to end the first sector at the 100 metre board, drop it all the way down to second gear. A little bit of a lock up there from Lambrex, but completely fine. Loses that back in a little bit, which is very vital to get a good start to the second sector as they come right down then towards Gossa Corner. Right now he's going to brake at the 100 metre board once again, change a little bit of his brake bias there, just help him through the sector here, which is the main sector ready for cornering around this track. As he's going to come towards Power Horse Corner, turn 6, drops it to 4th there, keeps it into 4th, with maybe with a little lift up there. Nope, he stays in 4th gear, coming in to Nicky Lauda Corner, turn 7 and 8 he goes, take it nice and flat there in 5th gear, then up to 6th, coming to the final 2 corners then of Jochland Rindt, turn 9 you go, braking at the 100 metre board just after that actually, down a couple of gears and short shift it up to 5, coming into turn 10, the A1 corner, gets it nicely done, and that has been a very short lap of the A1 ring here in Austria. Hello everybody, and welcome once again to another round of the Apex Online Racing PC Split 1 Championship, and we come to the Red Bull Ring in Austria in Spielberg, and what a track this is. It's the shortest one on the calendar, as you just saw there. And I want to give a massive shout out first and foremost to Lambrex, who is a PC Split 2 driver, for providing me a lap this week here at this track. I am RyanL83, otherwise known as RyanL83 on YouTube, and joining me tonight will be Chris King Kodiak. We'll be joining him very shortly as he's doing his intro for Twitch, and also once again will be a certain Finnish version of Ted Kravitz. It is Marko FD, former PC Split 1 champion.
Weather tonight is going to be dry all day, so expect people to go either for I'd say we have 3 options here. We can go ultra soft, we can go super soft, and I don't know, people in like 10 till the back might try something else, but should be very interesting for sure. So,
who would you expect to see here have a chance of winning here this evening, Chris, from your experience?
Well, the field, as we know, has been very, very tightly packed with such close performances. Nick B, of course, is still our championship leader, although Wycombe's coming off the back of the race win last time at Canada. You can never discount Berg. I'm going to say that I'm going to have a shot at Wycombe's, because Wycombe's have been on the podium 3 times out of the 5 races he's done. He missed the first round in Australia, and he's still in second in the championship. So I'm going to put my money on the manor. So most people setting their first laps on the super soft tyres, interestingly. Max and Kalon, that are first and fourth respectively, setting theirs in the ultras. So most people are getting a banker lap in. We should see that time start to disintegrate a bit as time goes on. So yeah, we should let's not discount the new guys.
Oh, Nick B just went a little bit wide out of the penultimate corner, and his lap has just been ruined right there, but he's going to come up to the line. It's going to be a 1 minute 9.4, which puts him P12, 47.8, and he's lost it there. Oh, he lost that back end there, and in the gravel he goes, and it's just not been a good couple of weeks this has been for Nick B. He's been very off in qualifying, but he has shown some pace in the race, so we'll have to keep in faith with our current championship leader right now, but this is not what he needs for his championship, Chris. So
we have a new pole man.
We do have a pole man. It is Afro.
Afro and the McLarens set the top time.
175. Not bad of a time.
1.5, yeah. 1.5 cents ahead of Max, so yeah, fair play.
Marco, what would you do if you're Nick B right now on Super Softs? What would your strategy be for this race if you start on that tyre?
If I were to start on super soft, I'd definitely try to at least qualify in the top 10, preferably P7 at ideal. Then wait till around lap 3 till the ultra soft runners start have the tires drop off in a sense, and then I could strike basically.
Just a dab of the brakes.
He's done a very good middle sector, I've got to say, Nick B, and he's coming up to the line. Runs a little bit wide.
Oh, and very nearly lost it, very nearly threw into the wall, but remains in 15th position.
Not a bad, I think that may have lost it there with that back end there, so...
First to 15th, separated by 1 second only.
Wow.
I mean, it's quite a short lap, to be fair, but it's still pretty impressive to have such a short spread, as Afro is out there on another flying lap, so he's not confident.
Sets a 1.82, puts in P13. We've got a lovely view right now from the back of the Haas there of Maffus, who I think is about to start another lap here as he's coming across the line, and it's going to be a 1.77, puts him up to P3. Impressive time there. I mean, I've just saw as well, Max has gone pole as well with a 1.74, so that's pretty impressive these times tonight. So
the entire field is separated by less than a second by the look of it.
That is impressive. That is what PC Split 1 is all about there. So tight. We know it's a short run lap, this one, but very, very impressive from all the guys tonight now. So, and there we go.
And there they are then. So Max for Force India getting his first pole of the season, with Afro for McLaren in second, Fizzy in third. Great effort for the manor there. We didn't see that one, sadly. Nen, Nicky 4, Maffus 5, Wycom's down in 6th position. That's my prediction for this race on the Supersoft tyre. So the lead Supersoft runner in 6th position. Berg also Supersoft in 7th position. Fader 8, Kane 9, and Papa rounds out your top 10 with RBK. Fan favourite starting 11, Slick 12, Nooker 13, Nick B, championship leader 14th, Ram 15, Chicane 16, and Fugataro in 17th, with Saf setting no time, so starting at the back of the field.
Glorious conditions here in Austria. This is what we want to see. Gorgeous sunshine. There you can see the marshals on the side there. Going to get a nice cheeky tan today in Austria, so that's obviously fantastic for them right now. But this is going to be quite interesting. We've got a new pole man at the front there, Max in the Force India. We've got
he's off. He's racing.
Surprising pole for this race for sure. Wycombs has a plan, Ryan. He's starting on the Supersoft.
Oh, very cheeky, very cheeky. We'll have to keep an eye as well on what the field are doing.
As is Berg behind him, so Wycombs can't just sort of settle into a rhythm and let the Ultrasoft run past him. He's going to have pressure from Berg straight away.
And the lights are on, so here we go then. Round 7 of the AOR PC Split 1 Championship is away here in Austria. It's a good start from our pole man Max there as they're going to go in towards turn 1, but Afro's got a good run into turn 1. He's got the inside line going through there, and there's been contact behind.
Contact! Oh, no. That's one of the bananas. I'm trying to figure out which one it is.
That's a
Nicky.
Nicky.
Oh, Nicky.
That's disappointing. That's what we do not want to see right there. Marco did mention that there could be chaos at turn 1. We have seen it there, and it's the commentator's curse once again. So, Marco, you've done it again. So, we love you, mate. The commentator's curse there. So, but this is a great opportunity here for Max. You can see the gap already he's got on Fizzy right now. He's got a bit of a train behind him, so...
Not that I've spotted. Wycombs has lost the position, actually. He's down in 7th. Papa Socrates has come up to 6th with Kalon. 5th. Berg is up to 4th then on those Supersoft tyres. He's had a great start. Maffus up to 3rd.
Force India's coming in the pit lane, it seems, but Chicane is on the soft tyre. Just thought I'd get that out there.
That's got to be Feeler then, because Max is the other one, and he's, of course, running away. As we see a Ferrari then, that's... oh, crikey, I'm trying to get through the field. That's obviously Kalon then, who's up near the front then. Nick B started quite a long way down the back then. He's already putting pressure on Berg von Trips for that 4th position. He's got the inside line. Oh, goodness me, that was very
close. Going around the outside at turn 2, and he's going to try and get around the outside, and with a Haas, I don't know who it is. I think it could be Fucatara, I could be wrong. But they're going to be, it's a drag race now between a Red Bull and a Haas, and there's a Ferrari behind him as well. That could be Nick B. But Ram also on the soft tyre, so he's going to go very long in this race right now, and he's got another one behind him. It is Fucataro on the soft tyre as well. Fizzy's in a battle right now with Maffus behind, and Maffus gets the inside, and they're going to be side by side as they're going to get, Maffus is going to get DRS, but Fizzy has also got DRS as well. And it's a drag race. It's a Manor versus a Haas. Who's going to win this one? Coming then into turn 3, and it's going to be Fizzy there, but he's only 8 tenths off as he has a little bit of a lock up there and runs a bit wide. But we've got the Berg behind as well on the Super Softs, keeping up with Fizzy and Maffus right now. So really, Max has got to pull away, whilst Fizzy has a bit of a train behind him. You can see of about 4 or 5 cars behind him, And Max just needs this now. He needs to put out a gap, pit when it's advisory, and just pray, really, that the strategy works for him tonight. With a 1-9. Oh, there's been contact, though. There's a Ferrari spun. Kanon's been spun.
Kanon.
He's been spun at turn 1. I don't know who he had made a little bit of contact there, but we'll find out very shortly who it is, as Fizzy again under pressure from Maffus right now. He's have to hold it around the outside as Maffus gets that inside line and moves up to P2, but Berg is hungry right now.
There as well.
Berg's hungry.
Well, about the strategy, as you could see that not the softest compound just set the fastest lap. We'll see ultra soft come in around 6 or 7, super soft around 11 or 12 if they use. So.
Oh, what a move by Fizzy then. That move started at turn 3, and he's then completed it by turn 4 to retake that second position. Beautiful stuff.
He's lost half a second, though, to the leaders right now. But I think Fizzy's holding them up here. I think some of these guys on Ultras may take a gamble and pit now and try and get an undercut on Fizzy. I mean, that's what I would do right now. Fizzy could hold them up here, and Max could just pull off a good strategy call, but we'll have to wait and see. The one to watch here has got to be Berg with a shadow of a doubt on the super soft tyres, and also the red board of Ram Drop as well, who's on the soft tyre. He's not far behind, but look at this, too wide going into turn 3. Berg's going late, and there's been contact there as well, I believe. Maffus
was Berg on Fizzy, yeah.
Oh, and the Wycom's actually makes a little bit of a mistake, but we're going to go back down, actually. We'll see Wycom's a minute. He's under pressure from Nooker in the Red Bull, and then his teammate behind Ram Drop's about to make a pass on a Ferrari of Nick B, and they're actually going side by side. Nick B losing the back end a little bit, but they're going to go side by side then, and Ram gets the job done and moves up to P7. So you've got to say as well, Ram Drop could be a contender here for a win as well, as he's on those soft tyres. And could we see one stops here, Marco, possibly, if Ram goes on to super softs and gets these softs quite long into the race?
I think most of the drivers will try to do the one stop here tonight.
Actually, our race leader has pitted at the end of lap 5. I think this is all. Yep, lap 5. So what's he going to go on? And he is going on to some soft tyres as Saf gets the fastest lap with a 1.94. So Saf
has just taken the lead. We're watching on board from the Twitch side. We're watching on board with Wycombs just as Berg does an inside manoeuvre on Fizzy to take the race lead. Then, oh, Maffus has slingshotted Fizzy. Oh, goodness me, it's 5 cars all battling for the same piece of track. Wycombs has had impact and just keep it out of the wall. It was Nooker he had contact with. The man is now beginning to fall through the field. Nick B is now back up to 5th position as a result of that touch. And already then, Maffus is under pressure by Nooker. Then Nooker's just gone up into 2nd position. So that Red Bull's been making their way through the field. And yes, and Maffus then now. Oh, Nick B now side by side with Fizzy through turn 4, and that is position to Ferrari then. So Fizzy is falling through the field. Oh, Wycombs was off the Wycombs was actually off the track at turn 6. He's lost a lot of time with all sorts of garbage on his tyres.
I think we're about to see
Fizzy.
Maffus is coming into the pits. Fizzy as well. Nope, he stays out. Saf, as you saw, got the fastest lap. He's on the super soft tyre. He's up to 5th, so good job there as he's catching up to
starting from last.
He's catching up to Fizzy actually. So this will be interesting. Got to count Saf as well in there. Oh, and there's a Mercedes going very late on the brakes there. Slick, nearly collecting Saf there. Saf's got a good run here on Fizzy with DRS then, and he's pulled out on the slipstream. He's going to try now break Fizzy going into the corner. Fizzy surely has to pit this lap. He's struggling for grip now as he loses another position and drops to P5, and Saf promotes himself.
And we're in puncture territory now, Ryan, so...
We don't want...
Fizzy's in.
Fizzy is in. Nick B has got a train on his hands, but Saf actually has already caught up to the back of both Nick B and Nooker, I must add as well. So Saf doing an incredible job here on his pace. His race pace has been pretty impressive. If he's right, we know he's quick. He actually had a good battle with Berg last time out in Canada.
So there's a decent battle also forming behind with Slick leading a 3 to 4 car train with Ramdrop, Fugatara and RBK. Oh, and that's a Red Bull off. Is that Ramdrop? Yes, it is. Ramdrop has gone off at turn 5 on those soft tyres, and he's got himself out of the dirt and back on the track again. He's down at 11th position. There's a big... Oh, we just lost in Nicky.
Nicky is
out. What a shame. We saw him have that big accident in the first lap, so that is the end of his race then. His season is not improving.
Oh, and Saf's gone down the inside of Nick B going into so, and also Nooker as well. He moves up from 4th to 2nd. What a great couple of corners there for Saf, and he's actually going to be under pressure once again from both Nooker and Nick B going up the hill towards turn 2. But an impressive move there from Saf, I've got to say, as well. And we could see some pressure here. Nick B going to try and go down the inside now of Nick B's trying to get past Nooker, sorry, and Nooker holds on. But Saf, out of nowhere, from last on the grid, is second in this Grand Prix, and he's not that far away. But Nooker's trying to get past him to get a beautiful headshot here of this beautiful circuit in Austria right now. As you can see, Saf's actually now got 3 cars behind him right now, so he needs to put away right now. But if he continues this pace, he could be a contender tonight. So Wycombs needs to get past Nick B here. I think Nick B and Nooker are starting to struggle a little bit on their tyres right now. So maybe Saf has been saving his tyres in the early stages when everyone made their first round of pit stops, and now he's making this charge right now. He's already pulled a gap actually to both Nick B and Nooker, as Nick B goes down the inside and moves up to P3 in the Grand Prix, as Wycombs dances a little bit there out of turn 1. So Nooker again is going to try and make a move done on Nick B going up towards turn 2. They're going to go side by side actually, but Nick B will have the corner and will move himself up there, up to P3. As so you can see, look at the gap now Marco Saf's got already to Nick B behind. He's actually catching Berg, not by much, but he's getting there.
It's quite incredible that he still has so much pace. Oh, the Red Bull just spun.
Was that Nooker?
Wycombs, Nooker, yeah.
Yeah,
Nooker.
Nooker's in the wall. There he is. So
same corner that I spun out with my teammates. So.
Yep, and it's the same corner as well with my teammate last season as well. So if he doesn't
well,
get any penalty,
according to this, Fizzy has a stop and go penalty. So I don't know where he is right now. So he should have taken it because he got it on lap 1.
I think he may have done that. So that's not what we want, of course. Anyone else got any penalties?
3 seconds for Papa, and that's it. And a couple of warnings afterwards.
Actually, I think Saf's coming in the pits right now, so he's going to try and do the undercut here. And is Berg coming in as well? No, he stayed out actually. So Saf's trying to go for the undercut here. This could work for him actually. So we'll wait and see as he comes in then to his box. And we've got Ferrari mechanics coming out as well. That'll be for Nick B. And what tyres is Saf going on to?
Well.
He's going to some soft tyres, and he is off on his merry way. So I think Saf's going to try and go to the end of the Grand Prix here on these soft tyres. Wycombs as well. He jumped on some soft tyres in the background as well. But Saf,
looked like there was a big stream of cars coming in. So yeah, we should.
There'll be these super soft runners, so they will be now done. Now they'll be finished, and Berg surely has to pit this lap right now. We know Saf caught so much time on him, and he does indeed come in from what I can see right now, driving as Lewis Hamilton right now. But this is going to be very intriguing, I've got to say, with what 23 laps or 22 laps when Berg crosses the line. So what tyres are he going to go on? I'll be surprised if he doesn't go on the softs, and he is indeed going to the soft tyres. So he's going to go to the end. Where is Saf is the question, because that's the battle we're going to keep an eye on right now. And Saf's actually coming into the final corner, so this is going to be extremely close right now between the two drivers who are actually going to be fine. We've got someone slowing down actually. That's a Toro Rosso. I'm not too sure what happened there, but Berg's just coming out the pit lane actually, and Saf has actually jumped Berg in the pit stops there and moves up to what will be a net first place, I believe, and it actually is. So Saf will lead the Grand Prix once Ram and Fukutaro pit. So Saf from last could potentially be leading the Grand Prix. Absolutely stunning. Fukutaro still leads then in the Haas, and he starts lap 16. So we'll have to wait and see when these soft runners pit, and it will give us an indication of how long the soft tyre can last. So this is. They
should at least stay, if they want to do a one stop, it should be like in the late lap 20s, late 20s, like 28.
I'm just surprised.
26.
Berg there is actually caught to the back of Saf right now, who is stuck behind Ramdrop, and this really is the battle, I think, for the lead right now between Saf and Berg. And we know Saf is quick, but Berg we know is a former champion, so it's hard to call here, I've got to say. You've got to think about the drivers behind as well. That started on the ultra softs as well, so I would love to know.
Saf was got very, very racing. Oh, and a tiny bit of impact actually between the Williams and the Red Bull. I was going to lose some momentum.
He lost the place.
He's lost the place.
Berg has claimed that third position. So
Saf is really quick, but you got to keep in mind his lag issues might strike at any point. So
yep,
it is a liability.
We don't want that, of course, as Fukutaro just comes through turn 1. Saf is on the back of Berg, as Berg has got DRS on Ramdrop right there. Fizzy who was second at one point, down in 13th place, and that is not what we want to see.
Ouch.
When he started in P3 on the grid. As there's
Must have been the drive-through or stop and go.
It's the stop and go, of course, and he had a nice cluster of smoke there from the Renault, the Ferrari, and the Manor there, so that was quite nice to see. So, and obviously Max, of course, who was on pole, down in 15th place. So he's had a disastrous race there, and keep an eye on this battle, which will be the race lead once Ramdrop and, of course, Fukutaro pit, is Saf versus Berg, and Berg's getting very impatient now on Ram. He's going to try and go down the inside, but he doesn't, as Ramdrop has a little bit of a lock up there on the front right, as Berg took a little bit of curb there, which will hinder his exit speed. I think Saf is going to play it the long game here, really. Stay behind Berg, save a bit of fuel, save some tyres, as you saw earlier on.
So what happened to Max exactly, Ryan? Because he's in 14th.
I'm not too sure, really. It could have been contact. It could have been.
He's also different tyres. He already stopped again.
Yeah, we're not too sure, really.
We missed something here.
That is it's very surprising to see he's down that pecking order there. As Ramdrop's actually had a little bit of a disaster. The camera's not helping me here. There we go. It's back to normal now. And Berg went a little bit wide there, getting a little bit of gravel there on his tyres, which will hinder his grip in the next few corners there. But I've got to say, Ram's doing a good job holding off Berg and Saf for the time being. It's been, what, a couple of laps now, as Berg's actually going to go down the inside now, going into turn 1. And there's been a bit of banging there, but Berg gets the job done finally. Saf's going to go down the inside now of Ramdrop, and this is going to be scary going up to the hill then. And is Saf going to take a move? He's going to go around the outside, but no, he backs out of it there. And he will go up to P3 there. And actually gets a good exit out of turn 2. And it's now drag racing once again then towards turn 3. And Saf may get the job done here. And he does it with ease, actually. And
he had the DRS on the Mercedes. I mean, he's had the pace to do it. He got a little bit impatient behind Ramdrop. Few races, a few laps to go. Oh, Saf's out.
Saf's crashed.
Oh no, he lost it on the exit of turn 3 and is stuck in the wall.
That is.
And what a shame! I was actually on board with him, so I've now got the goldfish ball effect. That is horrible luck for Saf. He was really on form for some brilliant points, if not the win, and just a little bit too eager on the gas and has thrown it in the wall.
But you've got to say, Afro actually, he's actually caught to Berg right now. Obviously, we know Afro surely has to pit again, and it maybe going some ultra softening at the end. Someone has gone a bit wide a little bit. I think that's
chicane. Yeah, with chicane. Wycombs is now on his case with DRS. He's probably going to claim that inside line, which he does. 6th position then to the Manor. Oops, chicane gets very squarely on the exit of turn 1. That's going to put Mathis on his case. Chicane, oh dear, he's not having a great race here at all.
Today, Wycombs has been stuck in that, I guess, 4-way battle for way too long for his liking, I guess, because he was also competing for the win.
And Chicane's actually now down to 9th. His teammate RBK has just gone past him as well. Wataro's still going. He's not in.
He's got a nice 3-second buffer, I've got to say, over our. Well, actually, I say that it's now down to just under 2 seconds now.
1.9,
so,
yeah.
He's gonna on there. Ram holding off Afro behind in P3, and Afro's getting a little bit feisty now. He's got a good run. He's going to commit to the outside, going up the hill towards turn 2. And is he going to get that job done around the outside? And actually, Ram's backed out of it there and let Afro through. So that's interesting to see. And Afro now has got a clean run now to hunt down Berg in this race. So do not count Afro out just yet in this Grand Prix.
Nick B's in that mystery. He's having a look on the inside at turn 3. Oh, that's close. Very close. No impact, though. Nick B looks set to claim that 4th, and he does. Can he string it around the outside at 4? No. Oh, Ram drops 4 straight back. Oh, nice switch back then for the Red Bulls. Still side by side as they're heading down to turn 5. And that position is back in the hands of Ramdrop, but Nick B is determined to claim it back. He's going for the outside again.
Wow.
Heading towards turn 7, and there's Wycombs in the background. Ram is pitting. No, Ram's in the pits. Wow. Ram's in the pit.
Our race leader, Fukutaro, is also in the pit lane. He is indeed, and he's going to jump onto a set of the Super Softs, and he will go to the end of the Grand Prix on them. So this now opens the door now to Berg to win this Grand Prix right now. So he leads the race.
Yeah. Ram did the same.
And Afro,
when did Berg pit again? Was he like early or late. I think he was late, like lap 7 or 8. So yeah, if he can manage it, it's his to lose.
Nick B's got a lot of pressure from Wycomb's in as they're coming into the final turn onto the start-finish straight. That Manor has got the pace to try and get it done on the inside, heading towards turn 1. Who's going to come out of this one on top? It does look like it's going to be Wycomb's. That is third position to the Manor. Afro's not far ahead either. And I think they might be reading Berg in a little bit as Nick B's just got straight back on the Manor's case, rather. And side by side into 2. And that is third position back to the Ferrari. Very nicely done.
Well, also in the background there, RBK.
Yes, RBK. He's not far behind. And that is, we just had someone in the pit lane. It's Afro. Afro is jumped into the pit lane in the McLaren from second.
He has indeed. So what times are you going to go on is the question. We'll hopefully get some clarification from one of you two, as I'm watching RBK right now. So he's definitely... It's the
Super Softs.
Super Softs. That's interesting, I've got to say. Very interesting. Maybe he's concerned about the tyres, as Ramdrop actually gets a 192. We've got to keep an eye on RBK. We did mention last week, we didn't really cover him as much, and he came out of nowhere and got his first podium in his first race, so he could be on course for a second consecutive podium here.
He has DRS now, and these guys keep bickering, and yeah, he's going to close up to them. It's not smooth at all.
What a lunge on the outside by Wycomb's aim, but Nick B has still out the outside. Still then keeping his foot in it is Wycomb's now having a look on the inside at 4. Oh my goodness me, how do they not have impact? Then there's RBK. It's got a great ringside seat for this. Back into the lead of this particular battle then is the Ferrari of Nick B.
I've got to say, RBK could be in for a shout here. If he gets ahead of these two and goes for it, he could be on for a course here. Obviously, these three are catching Berg. You never know. We could see RBK getting his first podium last week, and he could win his first win in AOR PC Split 1 in only his second race. That's actually quite impressive if he does it, as Wycomb's moves up to P2 once again. And really, RBK's just going to be like, you two battle, you two collide, I'll just slip my way through up to P2.
Yeah, you burn your tyres out, and I'll pick up the pieces afterwards. And as Nick B jumps on the outside of the Manor, everybody locking up into that turn 2. And on they go again then, as they were. Wycombe second, Nick B third, RBK fourth.
But this is good. We've got what, 10 laps to go. Anything could happen here, ladies and gentlemen. So you never know what could happen in these last 10 laps of the Austrian Grand Prix, and it's round 2 again at the same
role
corner.
Reversal. Yeah,
right
role
now,
reversal from last time around.
It is,
and Berg, he's opening up that lead. It's pretty much a couple of tenths each sector, so he's enjoying this while this battle lasts.
We're going back on board with RBK, so we're going to give you guys a bit of a grandstand seat right now for this battle ahead of RBK right now, and RBK is getting a little bit frustrated right now. He's a lot quicker. He's actually got a good exit. This could go horribly wrong here if they're going to try and make it 3 wide. I wouldn't, but if they want to do it fair play for the viewers right now, and we can see Marco's cars coming out the pit lane, RBK gets a beautiful run through turn 1 and moves up to P3 right now, and we've got Marco's goes ahead of him, which is going to be a bit distracting for these cars as Afro gets the
Marco, do you mind?
And they're going to go side by side, going up towards turn 3. RBK backs out of it and drops down to P4.
I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to be the inside car on a 3-wide battle there.
No, we don't want that, of course. And that is impressive. They went side by side for practically a whole lap there. So props to Wycomb's and Nick B there. This is a great showcase for League. And there's a big spin there, big crash there for Nick B. Luckily, I think he's got a puncher. I think he's got
exactly what happened to Saf. That is exact same spot, exactly the same kind of error.
No puncture.
No puncture, that is great. That's good for Nick, but
he's going into the pits. I think front wing damage.
Oh dear.
I wouldn't be at all surprised at how hard he hit that barrier. I mean, he was. I think Saf was a bit unlucky that his suspension broke on that particular impact. Nick is indeed in. He's gone on to the Ultra Softs and indeed gets a new wing. And from my perspective, they didn't take the old one off first, so that's interesting.
Wow. Wow, okay.
Literally just merged a new one into the old one. There's ultra soft tyres for the Ferrari, then down in 13th place.
Wycomb's 7.5 seconds behind our race leader, and all that battling's cost them here a couple of seconds actually.
He's going to have to gain his second lap though. There's only 7 laps remaining, so he's going to have to really get his hammer down to have any any kind of impact at all.
Berg leads as he starts lap 31 of the Austrian Grand Prix. Then we've got Wycombs in second in the manner. Then closely behind him is RBK in only his second race. Could be on for 2 podiums in a row, I've got to say, in 2 races. Good job for him if he gets that. Fukutaro's in P4, who's actually hunting them both down, actually, on the super soft tyre. Then we've got Randrop in P5, closely followed by Afro in P6. And then we've got Fizzy doing a bit of a comeback there in P7, so good job of him. And then we've got Slick in P8, Maffus P9, and Papa in that 10th position for the solitary 1 point.
RBK and Slick have penalties to serve. It was indeed a penalty for Fizzy on lap 1 or 2 that dropped him down the order early on. Just getting to Nick B. Does he have any penalties to serve? No. Well, by and large, it's actually been pretty clean warning and penalties. Oh, a penalty there for Max. Still to serve. He's in 14th, so his races are getting even worse. Failer has nothing, and Kalon has 2 penalties to serve. So, yeah, it's not been a good day for those guys at the moment. There's a battle here for P5, Afro and Ramdrop. I spotted Afro overtaking Ram on the entrance of turn 1 last time around, and Ram is staying right with him. I think their tyres are pretty much dead, as Ram doesn't seem to be able to make any inroads on Afro at the moment. Afro just pulling away. The one mistake will swap these 2 around exactly as I just said that, and Afro was slow out of turn 2. So that's put the Red Bull right on his case then. DRS along here. And no change at the moment between these 2.
There was a car off the track there. I think that was Fukutaro.
It was, yeah, it was the Haas. It was, and he was actually, so he's down to 6th.
He was actually catching RBK, so RBK can sit now comfortably here and just drive without getting any more penalties, and he will get another podium in only his 2nd race. Pretty impressive, I've got to say.
2 consecutive thirds, well done.
As Berg coming into the final 2 corners then to pull off a great win and put himself back into championship contention. He comes round towards the final corner and will win round 7 of the Apex Online Racing PC Split 1 Championship. He is going to be absolutely delighted with that win. A big win as well. And Wycombs will come up to the line very shortly in P2. But RBK, once again, P3. A fantastic job from the Toro Rosso man. And he's impressing me so far, I've got to say. Afro's going to come home in P4, just ahead of Ramdrop in P5.
Oh, we just saw a Ferrari slam into the wall as I didn't see which Ferrari it was. I think it was Kalon as I was watching Fukutaro come over the line.
Papa's just come up to 10th, so he gets he's down in 11th actually, so he's got a penalty as Papa just drops out of the points actually, so that's disappointing there for Papa. And there's the results there.
There you go.
So, Chris, do you want to take us through it?
So, Berg taking the win in spectacular style. Wycombs did have a penalty, but RBK actually had 2 of them. RBK isn't listed as Danny Kvyat, so he's already disappeared from
he's just on the podium by 3 tenths.
Well, look at Fizzy. He has plus, like, thousands of seconds penalty.
So,
wow,
yeah,
Fizzy.
Afro 4, Ram 5, Fukutaro 6. Oh, my, that's impressive amount of seconds there for Fizzy. In 7th, Maffus 8, Slick 9, Nooker 10. Yeah, Papa Socrates due to penalties, due to those 6-second penalties for him, just losing out on points. Fader in 12th, Nick B 13, Chicane 14. That will be Fader, I think, 15. And there we go. Everyone else is not a classified finisher.
We'll be back in 2 weeks' time for the next round, which, of course, is at our me and Chris's home track, Silverstone, in a couple of weeks' time, which will be quite exciting. So make sure, if you're any guys, make sure you like the video, you subscribe as well on the YouTube channel if you want to watch more of these AOR broadcasts. Chris has a Twitch channel. Chris, do you want to give it a shout out?
That is twitch.tv/RangerCarrot1980.
And follow him, otherwise we'll have words.
Also, my recordings go up on my YouTube channel, which is also look for Ranger Carrot on the YouTube as well.
And also, we can't forget our Ted Kravitz, our Finnish version, Marco FD as always. Marco, thank you for joining us once again. And maybe can we get a little bois, maybe, or a moi?
No.
There you go. It's been requested for a couple of weeks now. We've finally got it in there. But Marco, have you got a Twitter, YouTube channel that you want to give out to the beautiful viewers?
I think my YouTube is just Marco FD, and on Twitter it's Marco FD7, because for some reason my name already got taken. So.
But that's going to wrap it up then. So once again, thank you so much everyone for coming out again. Massive shout out to Codemasters as well for retweeting the broadcast tonight. Absolutely fantastic from them as well to provide you some great racing tonight. For myself, thank you very much, guys, and from Chris.
Indeed. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you right back here next time for more AOR action.
Marco?
Yeah, take care everyone, and see you in 2 weeks.
And from myself, thank you very much. We'll see you maybe next week for a video, but if not, 2 weeks for Silverstone. Until then, it's goodbye from us. See you next time.
And it's goodbye from him. Good night.